You know that feeling. It's late, you're scrolling, and a video stops you cold. A guy leaning against a Lamborghini says he used to be just like you, broke, stuck, dreaming. But he cracked the code. Now he's sipping coconut water on a beach, and his phone buzzes with passive income every time he blinks. The caption reads, "I'll teach you how." That little jolt in your chest? That's not inspiration. That's a chemical reaction engineered decades ago, and you're the target. The self-help industry doesn't start with a product. It starts with a wound you didn't know you had, then sells you a bandage made of air. They've perfected the art of finding your deepest insecurity, your bank account, your body, your loneliness, and holding up a mirror that shows you a broken version of yourself. The only fix? Their secret, their system, their 3-day seminar in a hotel ballroom that smells like desperation and cheap coffee. It's a promise of transformation so total, so fast, it bypasses your logic and speaks directly to the part of you that's tired of waiting. And that's the hook, not the money-back guarantee. The hope. So you clicked. You're watching that video. The guy doesn't start with the car, not really. He starts with a story. A grainy photo pops up of him in a fast food uniform, or maybe a cubicle with fluorescent lights that made his soul itch. He tells you about the debt, the 3 a.m. panic attacks, the boss who didn't respect him. And you lean in because that's your life. But here's the thing. That photo might be a stock image. That story? A script workshop, focus group, and perform. The guru's origin isn't a memory. It's a mirror, carefully angled so you see yourself in his past. Without that shared wound, he can't sell you the cure. Then the backdrop shifts. Suddenly he's in a white leather penthouse with floor-to-ceiling windows and a city sprawled below like a circuit board. He gestures casually at a supercar, slides a champagne bottle into frame. You're meant to think, that's his life. It's not. That penthouse was rented by the hour on a booking app. The car came from a luxury timeshare service. Even the champagne might be a prop bottle filled with ginger ale. The entire set is a stage, a pop-up kingdom designed to disappear the moment the camera stops rolling. The message is loud and simple: follow me, and you'll own this. But props can't close a deal on their own. You need proof. So the video cuts to a flood of screenshots. Bank account balances with commas, PayPal notifications stacked like cards. DMs from strangers thanking him for changing their lives. The comments section looks like a revival tent. What you're seeing is a social proof loop, assembled from fake tools, websites that generate phony earnings screenshots, bot accounts that spam glowing praise. Some gurus hire freelancers to pose as clients, seeding testimonials across Telegram and Discord. It's a hall of mirrors. Every smiling face, every dollar sign, every heart emoji, manufactured to short-circuit your skepticism and make the lie feel like a consensus. But once that penthouse shot fades to black, the question creeps in. Who is this guy, really? He calls himself a 7-figure mentor and a certified master coach. But pause the video. Look closer. That certification on his website? It's from an academy he founded last Tuesday. He named himself president. The boardroom photo with the navy suit and the gavel? A studio rental. The books he claims to have authored are self-published pamphlets, boosted by a circle of fake accounts trading 5-star reviews like baseball cards. The expertise isn't built. It's staged. What's wild is how little he actually says. You listen for an hour and walk away with nothing but a headache. He'll talk about unlocking your quantum abundance, or rewiring your wealth frequency. These aren't systems. They're verbal fog. Flip the jargon over and you'll find the same advice your grandmother gave you for free. Set goals, work hard, be consistent. But a grandma doesn't have a Lamborghini, so you don't trust her. The guru knows this, so he gift wraps common sense in a secret formula, slaps a $2,000 price tag on it, and calls it a proprietary methodology. The only secret is that there is no secret. This is the real grift. It's not the lies about the past. It's the theft of your discernment. When you buy a fake map, you don't just lose the money. You walk in circles for years, convinced you're lost because you didn't read the map right. But the map was drawn with invisible ink. The guru's authority is a hall of mirrors. Every reflection is just you, holding an empty frame. But here's the thing about a hollow pitch. It can't survive on its own. It needs a shield, a force field to stop you from asking those obvious questions. That's where the personality comes in. It's not enough for him to be a coach. He has to be your savior. The guru doesn't just sell a course. He sells himself as the only person on earth who truly sees you. He'll stare into the camera, voice dropping to a whisper, and tell you he was once broken, just like you. Crying on a bathroom floor. He'll share a wound so raw it feels like a secret whispered between friends. It's a calculated performance of vulnerability. A trick designed to short-circuit your brain's natural defenses. If he's this honest about his pain, you think, he must be honest about his method. That's the trap snapping shut. Once that emotional lock clicks, the money starts to flow. But it never starts with the $50,000 ask. That would scare anyone off. No, the financial funnel is a masterclass in boiling the frog. It begins with a book. A cheap paperback, maybe $10. Or a free PDF you download in exchange for an email address. The content inside doesn't really matter. It's a foot in the door. The book's only job is to make you feel like you found a secret shortcut, and to direct you to the next step. A low-cost webinar. A $99 weekend challenge. These entry points aren't designed to change your life. They're designed to change your identity from a skeptic into a buyer. Once you've spent that first dollar, you've crossed a psychological line. You're no longer a stranger. You're a member of the tribe. The next run on the ladder feels logical. A $2,000 core curriculum. This is where the real conditioning begins. The course material is often a chaotic mix of repackaged public domain concepts and motivational platitudes. But the price tag forces a strange mental gymnastics. Your brain can't accept that you just spent $2,000 on nothing. So you convince yourself the value must be hidden in the delivery, or in the energy of the community. The guru isn't teaching you a skill. He's teaching you to associate spending money with feeling hopeful. He's desensitizing your wallet, priming you for the big game. That's when the inner circle opens. A private invitation. A high-ticket mastermind retreat in a tropical location. The price? $25,000. Maybe more. By this point, you're surrounded by other true believers who are all nodding along. The sunk cost fallacy is screaming in your subconscious. If you stop now, you lose everything. If you don't join the mastermind, you're admitting the last few years were a waste. So you pay. You drain the savings account. You take out a loan. You fly to Bali to sit in a circle and clap for a man who has mastered only one thing. The art of the ascending transaction. He didn't sell you a dream. He sold you a ladder with no top rung, and you kept climbing because you were too afraid to look down. So how do you spot a fake guru before you get sucked in? Start with their promises. If they claim you'll transform overnight or guarantee specific results, that's your first red flag. Real growth takes time, and no one can predict exactly how yours will unfold. Next, check their credentials. A slick website and polished social media presence don't mean much. Look for verifiable expertise, degrees, certifications, or a track record of real-world success. If they're vague about their background or only talk about their own journey, be wary. Another tell? The upsell. If every free resource pushes you toward a paid program, they're more interested in your wallet than your well-being. And finally, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. You don't need a guru to grow. You just need to believe in your own ability to learn, stumble, and keep going.